so that's fantastic. What we're going to do is on our phones or on our computers or whatever you can find is I want you to pull up a website. If you've got a real life example of a website from a business that you're representing, then pull that website up. Or if you're doing it on someone else's business, pull that website up. Or put something that you're half interested in, doesn't matter which website it is, pull it up. And what I want you to do is find 3 good things and 3 bad things about that website. And you've got 10 minutes to do that, 5 minutes, 6, 7 minutes, somewhere in between. Yeah. And so remember, you're looking for kind of what it looks like. You're looking for if it's easy to use, whether it's more expensive. Yeah, sorry. So 3 good things, 3 bad things, and you've got 5 minutes to do it. I did say 10, so I've knocked it back. 3 good things, 3 bad things, 5 minutes. Is it bookable? Does it book the target market? We need some cool music, don't we? Yeah. Background. Mm. Which one are you doing?
Of course, just found 2 bad ones already on that board. Now just scroll to get to your menus.
Oh, that's interesting. Imagine how many oldies are going to get confused by that.
Oh, I wasn't doing it. See you one. Should we?
No.
I've just done the last one. I was looking at.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And the one thing with
Yeah.
everything else is with that.
Yeah, I'm speaking. Yeah, awesome. Yeah.
Oh, so
Michelle's
start.
as well. Just
Oh, that's really
Yeah, right, yeah. Off there, I'm going there on Friday. I go over there for work today, so yeah.
Should I go on
You
to
just work with either
I'll go on to it quick.
council or with
No, let's
tourism
see.
industry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope so. Tourism. Yeah.
You're going to go on to
So I'm very excited because I've been invited to Joe Ewing and Grimshaw and invited to do their show in front of the
Yes.
Grimshaw's shack is just, I know. It's not a shack. No, I know, I've actually been there before. And we're staying at Nautilus, which is at Killiecrankie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I've never stayed at Killiecrankie. I've been there a few times.
Tuesday while we're away, the son's got a really awesome video of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. Did the Tourism Association know about it?
No, I don't think it's 15, so it's not really 15.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
Yeah, cool.
interested to see.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'll tell you that you haven't
never been there.
Just go and have a look, if no one's there. Try a door or two.
Probably. Everything else is. Yeah. I love Flinders. I really love it. It's, I'm taking, because I've been going there for work for probably about 10 years, and yeah, I'm taking my husband who's never ever been, so I'm just so excited. I'm like, we're going to be here, we're going to be there, and yeah, it's going to be great. So, I'm like, I'm going to take stock in here and go snorkeling in California Bay.
Well, it's really crowded, we've got some photos, but at least it doesn't
Yeah,
say
in the
there's
20.
some Sunday, but, you know, the one is free.
Yeah,
It's certainly beachable.
yeah, all the time.
You can see we spent a bit of time at the beach.
Yeah. Well, everyone, they tell me
After
you.
the tide and he walks, he comes in and walks
Oh,
and.
yeah, of course. And everyone says, yeah, if you go to a beach in California, you just go around to the next one. You have your own
But don't
beach.
share.
Yeah.
Don't share it.
Unless you really like them and they've got an esky and.
Yeah. Robbie really wants to do it. Jamie said we sort of it. Yeah.
I think you can get in a job and just be not
Yeah. Well, then
If you go to the East Coast, you get shark.
Yeah, well, those beaches.
Catch all those. I know they haven't got teeth, they come with sharks.
I've never been up to North East.
Yeah, the rocks up there, you get
Yeah.
salmon, you get totally green channel at low tide.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, please do. We've been
Oh, like, there's no flowers in the chamber anymore.
I just got
Too aggressive.
There's not as many on things as there used to be, right?
Yeah. Have you both lived there all your lives, and you just moved there for work? You have? Yeah. Oh, you've been there 15 years? Okay.
Yeah.
Another one, otherwise you'd be on there. Yeah.
Oh, no,
It's not a, what a
Family
weekly
ties,
Yes,
no,
yeah.
family ties.
Yeah.
Big family,
Yeah. I do fit. Yeah.
yes. Enough of an odd one to think.
Yeah, you definitely need to do that.
That's what makes people look quirky.
I love it. So cool.
You gotta like the lost.
Thanks, yeah. The best place to bring our kids. Just roam free.
You can,
So
so
good.
he said he's paid on the weekend, and went camping, and it's great.
Yeah, cool.
Most things, most kids never get to do.
Yeah, that's a great spot. Alrighty, how did we go? Does anyone want to volunteer what was good or bad about their website, what they found? Lisa, yeah?
So I did City of Launceston, and they don't have a call to action to start with. You need decide to be able to get to, so I'm going to be bad when this first starts. To us, to be able to get to anything, you have to scroll, so you either have to scroll down to get to menus, or you have to go up to your menu key, so there's nothing on the front page to tell you what to do on the initial area. And when I get to the menu, if I can work it, it is quite long, and it's not really, it doesn't really explain, so if I was not working there, I would really struggle to know where to go to find what information I needed to find. The good things would be that it reflects its brand, so it does have its correct logo, and the colours are quite neutral and fresh, I guess. And it's mobile friendly, I've just tested that, and it's also fast, so there's no issue with loading. So.
Beautiful, thank you. Are you going to take it back to the council?
Yeah. We need king thinking.
So, anyone else want to volunteer or anything?
And so I looked at the Cape Town Island School,
Yeah.
and I found one positive and lots of negatives. So the positive was that when I typed it into Google, it was the first thing that came up. But it's not very visually appealing. It was built by somebody in the department, and it's not even finished, so there's nothing, no content in it. It's just really boring. Yeah,
They're not responsive by
and
the
not responsive. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it needs a big.
Yeah.
The department does not have a preference for websites.
No.
No, they're all just.
Had a really good experience with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
It's
really.
a government thing, so
If
some
I was
things.
if I was a parent thinking about going to Cape Barren with my children, I'd look at that and go,
Yeah, yeah.
Because you can't, there's nothing there to give me any reason to.
Yeah.
Do you
and
think
it's-
there's a lot of people that would use the phone for any, like, do lots of people in the school want to use a website for the school, or?
It
Is
would
there a
be
great
used
need
by,
for
it
it?
would, I could see, knowing Cape Barron, that the only people who would use it would be somebody who was considering going there for a particular purpose, like relocating.
So
it
maybe
would
they got
need
their
to-
purpose wrong.
Yeah, its purpose would need to really snag a parent's attention about what the kids are going to get out
Rather
of
than
being
a
there.
functional, informative.
Yeah, you know, the internet reception on Cape Barron's really bad. There's no school bus, so the teacher sees the parents and the family first thing in the morning every day. It wouldn't be used as a communication tool for existing families.
Yeah, okay, yeah, yeah.
It would be about snagging other people's attention.
Yeah, yeah,
Getting the enrolments in.
Yeah.
yeah, it's interesting, and it is tough with these kind of things, particularly if you're in a government department, you have to choose your battles.
Yeah,
And yeah, there's often other channels that you can use
yeah.
if you can't control the website. But that is a shame because the website really matters. But
Mm.
yeah, yeah. Anyone else had anything else? No? But you've got a list? Yeah.
Oh,
Go.
if you want,
Deal,
I
yep.
just looked at the last one, which was Point to Pinnacle.
Oh yeah.
Deal from
Um,
18th on the weekend.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Woohoo! That is impressive. What was your time?
An hour and 46.
Half a marathon on here.
Oh my goodness.
I heard it.
Hopefully make it quicker next time.
That is that's very impressive. So you did
Thanks.
Point to Pinnacle website.
Yes.
You still wanted to look at it after
Oh, yes.
run the whole thing?
Yes.
Very
Well, that was
good.
the first thing I mentioned, that it's appealing straight away, so that there's it's visual and appealing immediately to the people that want to do it, like it's of the mountain and the end of it and the pinnacle and all this sort of stuff and the heritage. It's simple, straightforward site. I did it on the phone, which I don't think I ever looked at it on a desktop, so it's always mobile friendly. It gives you the immediate information you need to know. So when is it coming up? So that was always a good thing. And which date was it again? And where did I need to book? You know, it's like the first thing. You know, this is when it's on. This is what you need to do, because that's often you forget to enter, or you run out of time, or your team doesn't get in.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, some challenges. I thought, look, there's an info booklet and it's massive, and you're trying to find that bit of detail, and every time you open it, even if you save it in your app to look at it later, it's just so challenging. Some of the maps are great, but they could be a bit. They're probably a bit too generalised, and so you sort of lose attention on them. You think, oh, it's not really a great source of info. It doesn't tell me enough about what it's like to get to each stage, and that's where I thought, yeah, and if there was a simple, like a real image of you coming through this section, and it would just immediately tell you, oh, that's like under those trees, or that's it's around those little houses there, and then I'm at the summit part, and like a bit like that video, you would start to experience it. Whereas the maps, it's a bit of a graphic, and so what? And then you want to go and talk to someone who knows, rather than trust the graphic too much.
Yeah.
It doesn't look to scale.
Yeah,
So
okay.
that could be a couple of things.
Okay, cool. So maybe a good thing on websites, search functionality. So Lisa, that would have helped yours as well. So search functionality that actually works. So a search box, when you type something in, you actually get the results you need instead of some random results. So yeah, that could be a good
On the
thing.
site, yeah.
And maybe something like Google Street View embedded might have been. You could do something with that. That could work.
Of the previous year event.
Yeah, so, yeah. There's
Or live,
yeah. And so now you've all had a look at a website, and you've actually probably never looked at a website critically before. You might think, I don't like that. You don't know why. But now you've actually got the tools to be able to look at a website and go, okay, yeah, I don't like that, I do like that. Yeah, so it's actually a really good skill to have when you're marketing an organisation. Alrighty, cool, well done. Okay, so we're going to move on to search engine optimization now, SEO. This is, strangely, this is one of my favourite topics, which is a bit geeky, but this is about being found in a Google search. So we talk about Google. There are other search engines, so there's Bing and Yahoo, yeah, and there used to be one in the old days called Web Wombat, and Ask Jeeves, and there was quite a few, but anyway, they've all gone by the wayside because Google rules completely. So the stuff that we talk about here with SEO, I always refer to Google because so many people use it, but the same applies to if they are using, say, Bing, the same kind of rules apply. So whatever works for Google will work for Bing. Okay, so being found in a Google search is one of the most important things you can do. So SEO is another channel, so you need to write it on your list of channels. So you've got websites as one channel, then you've got SEO as in the next channel, which sounds a little bit weird, but I'll explain as we get on. So you've got to decide whether what's more important, websites or SEO. Probably that's fairly clear that websites are more important because you can't have SEO without a website. Anyway, so you've started your list, you've now got 2 things on your list.
So,
Yeah.
when you Google like a smaller cafe or something,
Yeah.
you'll probably search, say for that instance, Shots on Wax. They don't have
Yeah.
a website,
Yeah.
but we'll search Shots on Wax, it'll come up Facebook, Shots on Wax.
Yeah, yeah.
So website wouldn't necessarily use.
Websites almost always, or yeah, pretty much always outrank social media. Yeah, and I'll explain why with keywords. It's easy to rank for your own name. So Shots on Wax, you have to be up #1. Like you'd be crazy not to. If someone's typing in what's the best coffee in Launceston or coffee shop Launceston, your Facebook page won't go to the top. But if it's SEO'd properly, you could go to the top. So this is the magic bit about ranking as high as possible against your competitors, regardless of your business name.
Right.
Yeah. Because, yeah, there's a lot of people that don't know your business name. So that's what's so magic about it, because everyone turns to Google to find stuff. They don't turn to Facebook and type in what's the best coffee in town. They might see it come through their feed, and that's great, and we'll talk about that later on. But if they're searching, this is the way to get found. So, 89% of customers begin their buying process with a search engine. So that's what I was just saying. Everyone turns to Google to search for stuff. Over half of website visits are driven by organic search. So what that means is people... yeah. Well,
I only just turned around, then I was looking
Right.
at something else and I was
no,
like,
it's
oh,
pretty
that's
full on,
right.
isn't it? It's like it's a fluorescent highlighter. It doesn't normally look that bright. There's something about this projector that's going nuts. Why did you care about SEO? I can't care about it. I can't even see it. So website. I'm going to explain organic search and paid search a little bit later on. So how do search engines work? I've actually got a video for you guys to watch and see how it works. Easier for them to do it instead of me. But effectively, there's these little Google bots that come and look at your website once a month, and they're trying to work out what your website is about. And if you don't have the right words in there, it's going to think the website's about something else.
So who tells it to do that?
It just automatically happens.
Okay.
Yeah. When you start a new website, when you launch one, you can submit it to Google, so the process happens a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
So that's good, but yeah, it'll come around about once a month. And it can't read pictures. So you might have lots of pictures, what do we sound like, Rickenden? You might have lots of pictures, but if you don't have the word historic homestead in there, it's not going to know that it's a historic homestead because it can't look at a picture and go, oh, that's an old house. So you have to give Google the words. So the words are really, really important. All right, so it's going to tell us, this thing's going to tell us. And again, you'll have these slides, so you'll be able to watch it again if it's a little bit fast-paced, but let's see how we go.
Hi, my name is John. I lead the search and machine learning teams at Google. Well, I think it's amazingly inspiring that people all over the world turn to search engines to ask trivial questions and incredibly affordable questions. So it's a huge responsibility to give them the best answers that we can.
Hi, my name is Akshaya, and I work on the Bing search team. There are many times where we'll start looking into artificial intelligence and machine learning, but we have to address how are the users going to use this? Because end of the day, we want to make an impact to society. Let's ask a simple question. How long does it take to travel to Mars? Where did these results come from? And why was this listed before the other one?
Okay, let's dive in and see how the search engine turned a request into a result. The first thing you need to know is that when you do a search, the search engine isn't actually going out to the World Wide Web to run your search in real time. And that's because there's over 1 billion websites on the internet, and hundreds more are being created every single day. So if the search engine had to look through every single site to find the one you wanted, it would just take forever. So to make your search faster, search engines are constantly scanning the web in advance to record the information that might help with your search later. That way, when you search about travel to Mars, the search engine already has what it needs to give you an answer in real time.
Here's how it works. The internet is a web of pages connected to each other by hyperlinks. Search engines are constantly running a program called Aspire that crawls through these web pages to collect information about them. Each time it finds a hyperlink, it follows it until it has visited every page it can find on the entire internet. For each page that Aspire visits, it records any information it might need for a search by adding it to a special database called a search index.
Now, let's go back to that search from earlier and see if we can figure out how the search engine came up with the results. When you ask, how long does it take to travel to Mars, the search engine looks at each of those words in the search index to immediately get a list of all the pages on the internet containing those words. But just looking for these search terms could return millions of pages, so the search engine needs to be able to determine the best matches to show you first. This is where it gets tricky, because the search engine may need to guess what you're looking for.
Each search engine uses its own algorithm to rank the pages based on what it thinks you want. The search engine's ranking algorithm might check if your search term shows up in the page title. It might check if all of the words show up next to each other, or any number of other calculations that help it better determine which pages you'll want to see and which you won't.
Google invented the most famous algorithm for choosing the most relevant results for a search, by taking into account how many other web pages link to a given page. The idea is, if lots of websites think that a web page is interesting, then it's probably the one you're looking for. This algorithm is called PageRank, not because it ranks web pages, but because it was named after its inventor, Larry Page, who's one of the founders of Google.
Because the website often makes money when visited, spammers are constantly trying to find ways to game the search algorithm so that their pages are listed higher in the results. Search engines regularly update their algorithms to prevent fake or untrustworthy sites from reaching the top. Ultimately, it's up to you to keep an eye out for these pages that are untrustworthy by looking at the web address and making sure it's a reliable source.
Search programs are always evolving to improve the algorithms so that they return better results, faster results than competitors. Today's search engines even use information that you haven't explicitly provided to help you narrow down your search. So for example, if you did a search for dog parks, many search engines would give you results for all the dog parks nearby, even though you didn't type in your location.
Modern search engines also understand more than just the words on a page, but what they actually mean in order to find the best one that matches what you're looking for. For example, if you search for fast picture, it will know you're looking for an athlete. But if you search for large picture, it will find you options for your kitchen.
To understand it works better, we use something called machine learning, a type of artificial intelligence. It enables search algorithms to search not just individual letters or words on the page, but understand the underlying meaning of the words.
The internet is growing exponentially, but if the teams that design search engines do our jobs right, the information you want should always be just a few keystrokes away.
Okay, So there's a lot to it. I encourage you to go back and watch that again. Yeah, it's like I said, it's about putting the right words on your website. That's kind of what you need to know. The places that the keywords go. Well, first of all, I'll talk about how you work out what your keywords are. So, one of the good things to do with keywords is to sit round with some of your team and write down all the words that you can think of that relate to your business. Now, the tricky thing with it is that what you and I might call it, your target market might call it something different. So, for example, if you wanted Americans to be your target market, and say you had some accommodation here in Tasmania, you would use the word vacation. Yet we don't use the word vacation in Tasmania. It might be, you might have a coffee shop, but you might always call it a coffee shop, but someone might always type in cafe. Or they might even type in takeaway drink, or they might type in restaurant, or there might be lots of different ways that they will explain it. So it's a good idea to come up with as many words as possible. There is a really good tool called the Google AdWord tool. You have to go in there and pretend you're doing an ad on Google, but it gives you access to all of the keywords, and you can see what are the most popular keywords. So it's kind of getting in behind the scenes and seeing what people are really typing in. And it's always really surprising when you get in behind the scenes and see what's going on. To me, yeah, it's really, really interesting, because you might think everyone's typing cafe, but everyone's typing in coffee shop. Things like that. So therefore, all the keywords that you gather up, you need to put around your website. The other thing to do is you can check out your competitors' websites as well, see what kind of words they're using on there too. So that's a good thing to do. What we might do is I might get you to, in the next 5 minutes, see if you can write down 30 words about your organisation.